Okay, welcome back everybody. Most welcome to my channel. If you're new, like, share, subscribe. You're not required to. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to. I want to thank everybody, especially my subscribers that have been with me since the very beginning. You guys are freaking amazing. I love you so much, and I send my warmth, my love, my tenacity your way to get you through whatever it is that you're going through. Okay, if I can share a little bit of my energy, I will, because my cup is full and I'm doing very well, and I hope you are doing well as well. Right? That almost sounded a little bit cheesy, but that's okay. Right, let's see. We've got 6 more to go. I'm going to pick a random one here. And we are going to go with OPHIUCHUS. All right. OPHIUCHUS, what I'm picking up. Thank you for listening to your intuition. Thank you for setting yourself on the right course, destiny, journey. Thank you for listening to your gut instincts, if you want to call it that. There's a lot of times where I've been urged to do something in the past and I didn't do it. Just randomly, like, hey, maybe I should pick up those pajama bottoms. And then later on, it turns out that I needed to wear pajama bottoms for something or something. I don't know. That's just like a small little thing. But if you're listening to your intuition, it's going to help you out of some major jams. Okay. Now, I do the 13 zodiacs. If you're not familiar with that, do your research. This is before they dropped OPHIUCHUS. So OPHIUCHUS is actually one of the 13 zodiacs. Okay. And it looks like this right here, if you're not sure what the symbol is for it. And we've got Earth, verdigris, azurite, Sun. It's usually considered like the snake charmer, snake wrangler, snake hunter, whatever you want to call it, but it doesn't have to be in a negative aspect. Blue topaz or topaz. OPHIUCHUS is broken down in numerology is number 3. That could be significant. And then we've also got the alchemic symbol for mix. I think that's another symbol for it too, this one here. All right. So OPHIUCHUS is very important for the zodiac as well, for healing. And not a lot of people know this, but it's starting to become more out there. Like, more people are starting to be aware of this, which is good, because we need that healing. We need that zodiac healing. Just as we need, like, Scorpio for the reproduction, Cancerian for the emotion, we need the healing too. Okay, what can we get for OPHIUCHUS? Ancestors, spirit guides, be kind. If you need to pass on a message, one of which is thank you for listening to your intuition. Page of Swords. So you may come and approach people with very minimal information, but that information is very important. When you go to talk to somebody, you're very enthusiastic, you're very passionate. When you speak, it may come off to other people like you're naive, but you know a lot more than you let on. Okay, so it almost comes off as like a youthful kind of energy. You yourself could be in your youth. This would be under the age of, in my opinion, our brains don't stop developing to the age of 29, which is interesting because we end up getting in relationships, having babies and marriage and all this crazy other stuff, and they don't even allow us to get to know ourselves. It's kind of funny how the Matrix works. It's just to keep everybody kind of contained in a little, like, Matrix bubble, like a repeat cycle, and not give themselves chance. I honestly really admire those that had children a little bit later on in their years, like maybe late 20s to early 30s or something like that, or maybe even later than that, because they've given themselves at least some time to adjust and go through. It's not even a midlife crisis. It's just literally when you hit 30, it's almost like the synapses in your brain open up and they expand, and there's so much more to offer to your consciousness and to elevate and to heal as a human being and to learn the lessons that you need to learn to get to the next level. And it's kind of hard to do when you're distracted, right? So this Page of Swords energy is kind of like a Other people may see it as like a fool-like energy, but it's got so much potential. And you do have a lot of protection, especially from Mother Earth. Ophiuchus. What else can we get for Ophiuchus? Hierophant energy. Okay, the second time this card came up, listening to your ancestors if they have any advice. If you're getting negative downloads, or you're getting any negative self-talk, or you're getting anything that's not constructive criticism, like I mean it's like dark, dark stuff, that may not be your energy. And it very well could be a projection placed onto you or an attachment. And you need to call it as you feels it and say it outright. This is not how I actually feel about myself. This is not who I actually am. I wish to be in a higher vibrational state. That energy that's not mine, I detach from it. I understand its purpose. I understand what it's trying to teach me. But I do not feel this, this, and this. Or I am not actually thinking that. And whatever these intrusive thoughts are, I am releasing and letting it go. If you want to internally just like hit the delete button, it's like, no, that's not for me, delete. That comment does not resonate with me, delete. That does not pertain to me, or that has nothing to do with me, and it's just something that another person projected onto me, and I don't really truly feel that or want to embody that, delete. Just get rid of it. It's like junk mail. It's like spam. It's like all that bullshit that tries to hit you just to keep you distracted and in a low vibrational state. You don't need that shit. Get rid of it, okay? Change is really important. Even in the reverse, it still has a lesson too. That strength that's needed, okay? So that would be like Urus. So that would be strength, willpower, power, speed, desire, courage, ox, energy. And it starts with you. It's literally like the yellow. I do. Solar plexus energy. It's like the letter U. It is solar plexus and heart chakra. So right here, I just dropped a bunch of cards. It's like that drop in energy. Don't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. You may say things to other people. Like I said, if you approach them and say certain things, they may not want to hear it. Or maybe you're younger, so they don't think you're wiser. But the problem with that is a very like blocked off way of thinking. To think that somebody of age that is younger than you doesn't have any wisdom or hasn't learned anything, you don't know what they've reincarnated as. If you believe in that sort of thing. If you don't believe in that sort of thing, well then prove to me why there are certain children that remember their past lives in detail that have never been shown that sort of thing and can point out even places on a map or talk about the details of a fucking flight plane from the World War or something like that, and nobody's ever shown them. Like, you tell me about the reincarnation. But I personally do think it's a thing. I think it does happen. I think cycles that have not been completed or certain people that did not learn their lessons in the past do come back, and they have to learn, almost like a school here. It is important. All right. Your strength is, I think, what people admire the most, Ophiuchus. If they don't respect your words right now, it's okay. If you're younger, that's all right. You just keep pushing forward. You believe in yourself. You stay true to yourself. Stay true to your word. It's almost like a generosity too. 6 of coins. What you give to others. Careful not to overgive, okay? And maybe some people that are more experienced or more wealthy don't feel like giving to you. And you could feel in this more like impoverished kind of mind state, but that's not true. That's not true at all. All right, so it is a state of being. Money is an energy. You can get in the flow of it because there's an abundance of it. It's just something we created. We gave it meaning. Right now, most people don't use coins. They don't use paper. They use plastic, and it's digital. It is something that we give meaning to. What do you give yourself meaning? What is you? What do you deem yourself to be? Okay, that is your currency. That is very important, and your vibrational frequency is very important. So don't look for a handout, and don't overextend giving to other people that don't appreciate your self-worth or appreciate what you bring to the table. something to do with your stature too. If you are more, let's say if you're a man or woman and you're shorter, some people may look at you as, it doesn't matter if you're in your 30s or 40s, or even in your 20s, they may look at you as more childish because you're a certain height. That sounds weird, but that's what I'm picking up right now. Who gives a fuck? What do they need you to wear stilettos to give you respect? That's odd. Think about that for a second. What does height have to do with anything? Okay, what else do we got here? 2 of coins. Nope. 2 of coins. No, I got 2 of clubs, but 2 of coins came to mind. You're looking for better opportunities. This is what's coming up here. You're looking for better opportunities or better people to work with, or maybe just you're done with other people's bullshit, so you're kind of putting a stand to it. I always get the stubborn energy when I see this, because the hands on the hips, or sometimes it's a power move. Sometimes it's a power move to put your hands on your hips and kind of like take charge. That could be this Hierophant energy. Maybe that's what's been passed down to you. I'm going to get a past life oracle card here just to see. Past life oracle card, because that could be your gift. That could be what's been given to you from your ancestors. So it doesn't matter what age you are. Maybe other people don't see it right now, but eventually this Hierophant energy is usually tradition. This is nobility. This is having leadership in charge of other people. Baby. Yeah, so that youthful energy, you could be the baby of the group. Maybe there's a cult, a coven, or there's just a family dynamic, or maybe there's even a business and you're the youngest one there. Or this can mean that there's going to be a baby that's going to be coming into this world. When it comes to reincarnation, that's one thing that's coming to mind too. Or you could be getting ready to birth a child into this world, or be a father or mother to a new child. And that's what's going to bring the change in as well. This Page of Swords could also be a son of yours, masculine or feminine. It could be a daughter as well. This Page of Swords could be your first child, and this could be another child coming in. Again, with the overextending, don't extend yourself too much to other people. Whatever it is that you decided to do, you made a choice. And your ancestors are saying thank you for listening to your intuition. You made the right choice, whether it be not over giving to somebody else, or just being grateful for what you have, or maybe waiting for the opportune moment or the right opportunity. This is also a cycle too. If there's certain things that you didn't learn, then you're being given another round, another chance, maybe by having this new child come into your life. Children are amazing because they will show you and reflect to you different aspects of both mother and father. Even if they're adopted, they will show you both elements to the energies that are provided to them. And they will reflect back to each of them the lessons that need to be learned. That's why they're a gift. Okay. Persecution and inquisition. This is going to be something that you have to go through. When it comes to certain things that people accuse you of, or certain ways people are looking at you, you need to be able to get up and over that. You have to get through that. Don't worry about the judgment or criticism from other people. It doesn't matter what they say. It does not. Ultimately, it's going to depend on how you feel about yourself and how you think about yourself. That's how you persevere through this. That's how you get through this energy. If somebody is looking at you as younger or not as wise, because they're not old enough, and according to them, being on this earth, it's your first time. And maybe they think that because it's your first time, well, let's say the 30, 40, or 20-something years you've been here isn't as much as they've been here. And they believe themselves to be here for the first time too. So to them, age, the number, is what gains you respect, what gains you this Hierophant energy, what gains you the authority, what gains you the gifts and abilities, or even your wisdom. And that's not true at all. I'm sorry. I've seen some people in their 80s, 70s, 80s even, maybe even in the 90s, and they're so fucking stuck in their ways, they're so stubborn, and they haven't learned the lessons that they keep recreating the same patterns and cycles. And some of them are accept that, and they're okay, and they don't inflict harm, and other people want to inflict harm on other people, and they continue this cycle again and again and again. And this is a pattern. This is past life oracle card. I don't think you want to recreate that, but this could be something that you're faced with right now, because it's like a testing you. Okay, so how do you alchemize this? How do you transmute that negative energy into positive? How do you understand this better than your ancestors? How do you go about healing this sort of thing? How are you going to do it differently? Be fascinated with what sparks your curiosity instead of judging harshly. Okay? This persecution and inquisition, when people are rude or mean to you or see you in a certain light, how do you feel about yourself ultimately? And then instead of judging them harshly, right? Learn more with the intention of understanding, overstanding, or sidestanding, whatever you want to call it. With that intention, learn more about the other person, learn more about the situation, learn more about yourself. The more you learn more about yourself, the more it's going to reflect on the external of you. You're going to understand other people. They won't be able to trigger you. They won't be able to get a rise out of you or emotional response. They won't be able to do certain things because you're very confident within yourself. Not so much cocky. Some people may think it to be cocky, but confident within yourself. And by doing things that spark your creativity and your curiosity, you're going to be living more in the moment. It's even on the yellow card too, solar plexus energy. That Page of Swords. Instead of judging them harshly. So maybe you even said words too. It's like, I don't understand why you don't take me seriously, or I don't understand why you don't get me, or something like that. It's like, no, well, what do you get about you? What do you understand about you? Even when points you make are valid, there is a true time and place to speak it. And that very well, the last video I did it for Sagittarius, and it cut off, which is weird. Normally I have enough space for at least 4 videos, and it cut off, and then I had to continue it. So it's going to be a 2-part reading for Sag. I apologize for them. But if they watch both videos, great. Hopefully they do. Maybe I'll line it up somehow. Usually I put the link provided below so that they can automatically watch the other video. Doesn't matter what order, really. It's just the information that they get at the timing. So, in place to speak it. So, just because this younger energy, right? With the sword, just because you speak something, there's a time and a place. And you may be very valid in the words that you speak. All right? You may have a lot to say. Maybe you have that leadership quality and you're fully ready and gung-ho for it. Like you're just, yeah. But just take it easy a little bit. Okay? Have a little bit of balance and mix there. You never miss out when you stay true to you. Follow your path that is true to your genuinely, excuse me. To you genuinely, which is weird. I've got the period there. Genuine, period, lie. Oh, okay. So when you're talking to other people, be careful what you're convincing yourself of too. Because if you're going with the old narrative, that's that Hierophant energy, and what's been passed down to you, let's say it's your elders or something, or your parents, and they taught you a certain way, you could really believe it to be true. And deep down inside, your intuition may be kicking in. That could be where the persecution and inquisition is coming in too, because other people may be picking up on that and maybe they disagree. And you haven't fully seen that yet. There will be time for change too, especially if you're really young. So you'll learn as you go. I'm not trying to accuse you of anything here, okay? This ultimately could be somebody else lying to you since you were young. And maybe you see this reoccurring with a new edition or something like that. Whatever it is, don't judge too harshly. You have to have the understanding there, okay? What else we got here? Talking to others for understanding rather than unloading, which is good. Because even in my karmic state, I did that too. When I was like in my teens, I would have, let's say I was going through whatever, trauma, or I was going through like a tower moment or something at that time, and I would have a friend or family member and I would be crying or just unloading everything onto one person. That's a lot they got to take with them when they go. And they either can detach from that and cleanse themselves from it, or they got to carry that bullshit. And that's what that is. That's emotional dumping or unloading onto another person. I had to learn not to do that. And there's very few people now that I talk to. If I got to go through something, I will learn how to alchemize it on my own, which is good. It's mastery of self. It's being able to control myself. It's being able to understand my emotions, to regulate, to do what I need to do to be balanced within myself. So talking to others for understanding rather than unloading shows true character of yourself. Communication is key and can set you free. It's very important how we deliver certain messages to other people, okay? Even when your points are valid. Okay. Island Time Wellness card for Ophiuchus. I'm seeing the pH in Ophiuchus. pH is also balance. Balance of the brain, balance of your inner third eye. You could get a lot of visions too. You could probably see a lot. Stabbed in the back. Heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, and shocking attack. You could probably see things before they happen, which is why you stand up and say certain things, and other people may not be in favor of that. That's not your fucking problem. The issue is the timing, okay? If you see something ahead of time, then you need to take the necessary steps for yourself in accordance with what you need to do for you. So you're in charge of how you feel, how you think, your actions, how you speak, and whatever choices you make. All right? You don't always have to voice it out loud. You can keep your cards to yourself. If there's certain things that you need to do to prevent something, or if you're seeing the persecution and inquisition or whatever it is that's happening towards you, and somebody else is trying to stab you in the back or take advantage of you, boundaries, set them down. You don't have to stick around. You don't even have to explain yourself half the time if you know somebody's doing you wrong. And that could be that stubborn energy I'm seeing too with the Two of Clubs. But the Two of Clubs has a whole other meaning. It's just the energy that I get from this card. Putting my hands on my hips, anytime I've ever done that, is to assert authority, or is to take a stand, or is to set my boundaries a little bit without speaking. So it's like a physical gesture. And sometimes it's to invoke strength. Sometimes it's to invoke leadership, or sometimes superiority, but it depends. But sometimes it's just to motivate myself. It's just to get me going right in the middle there, right on your hips. Okay, that's what keeps you going. It's also stability too. Good posture is very important. If somebody's trying to stab you in the back, or they've caused some sort of heartbreak and pain, well, it's unfortunate. And I'm not trying to not be empathetic with you, because people have done that to me too, almost my entire life at the beginning stage, okay? And I'm entering into a whole other cycle of my life. I see that sort of thing, and I take the necessary steps, and I don't accept or appreciate that sort of thing. So I will walk away from it if it does not serve me. And the cutoff game can be pretty strong, but you got to do what you can to protect your peace. Okay, peace is important. What else can we get here for Island Time Wellness cards? What about the singles or those in a relationship? Can we get something for Ophiuchus? Riding the bike with no hands. That's what I see. I used to be able to do that, no problem. I haven't ridden a bike in a while. Not an actual physical bike. Photograph. Looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. So you're all in for making new memories. You have no problem with that. I almost am seeing like the eye here. And then the water symbolic for emotion. So when you have your visions and you go within, it can be very emotional. And it's almost like looking at a photo book. And that's fine and everything. You're allowed to go through it. Maybe this is part of your healing. That's what I'm picking up. And that's kind of how you alchemize your pain or your trauma and how you heal from that. So I honestly have no personal opinion to give you right now on that, because you're allowed to do what you need to do for yourself. I have no judgment on that. And the way I use my visions is different from other people. And at this time, I'm being requested just to let you sort of learn that on your own. This is a new way of thinking for other people, but maybe not a new way of thinking for you. Or a new way of processing by using your inner vision. It's almost like flipping through a photo book. Yeah. That's really interesting. Never thought of it like that. And there's certain energetic signatures, like stamps on each different vision. It's like a time and a place. That's kind of interesting. Never thought of that. What else we got here? Soulmates. So if you're looking for a partnership or you're currently in a relationship right now, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. People will come into our life as an agreement that we agreed to in the ethereal realm before we came here. A lot of the times if we make an agreement or we have a soul contract, these are lessons that were meant to be learned here. So let's say you're in your 20s or your 30s or something like that, and you have a contract and you seem much wise beyond your years, but you're here for a purpose. This Hierophant energy is of change, and it's also to guide other people too. And that could be part of your job here. Now, you may not be fully into it yet, or maybe you've already stepped into it fully and other people are not acknowledging or respecting that, and that's doesn't matter what they want to do. That's on them. Okay? It's what you do, what you hold true to you. And you need to continue keeping your peace and staying balanced and pretty much going through the process that you need to at this time to continue on your journey, on your destiny, and your path. And like I said at the very beginning, your ancestors are proud of you. It's not always an easy thing to do. You have a lot of understanding, a lot of wisdom and knowledge, and you're helping as many people as you can right now. Even the ones that just want to kind of tie you up, shut you up, lock you away, whatever. A lot of that comes from misunderstanding or fear. Even like witches, warlocks, any of that stuff. Mostly witches back in the day were persecuted by men, and a lot of the times it was from fear. Fear of the capability, fear of their own well-being, fear of the unknown, fear of certain things that were misinterpreted as other things, lack of understanding. Like I said, the more you understand yourself, the happier you're going to be, okay? Stability, security, performance, growth, endurance, and flexibility. And the palm trees always reminds me of like vacations or trips. So maybe you need to just like take a little bit of a break. Go on a trip away somewhere without lots and lots of people around. That might be really good for you, okay? What else can we get here? Help us out here, ancestors. For OPHIUCHUS, what's his balance? Growth. Pull. To draw towards one, okay? So the energy that you are exuding right now is an attraction energy. It's magnetism. And that high vibrational energy is a pull. So standing in your authority, standing in your leadership, standing in your truth, speaking your truth, even as the Page of Swords, what you have to offer, standing in this action energy is pulling in and attracting. If you're already with a partner right now, then you're expecting a second child. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you for getting through all this, even with a family. Okay. Let me finish reading this. To tug, to rend, to pluck, to gather, gathering information. Other people could be pulling on your energy as well. To draw in. Maybe you're somebody that likes to draw, or that's how you manifest. The act of pulling. A twitch, the act of rowing a boat. You could have your own oars. So is that the whole saying? If you're up Schitt's Creek, you have a paddle in this case, okay? A drink. I didn't know that was a pull. A drink and a struggle. Literally, the definition here under pull, that's P-U-L-L. It says act of rowing a boat, and then it has comma, and it says a drink. A pull. Can I have a pull? It just doesn't sound right to me, but I guess that's old language, right? When you draw on something. Like a straw. Maybe this is the last straw. Okay. Runes. We'll get to the runes. These are the Elder Furthak runes. And they are for healing. They're for communication. Viking runes. Okay, you can use them on yourself for healing, or you can use them for communication. It's interesting. And you can look them up. They have multiple meanings, okay? You could use humor as a way of deflecting certain things or a way to alchemize, which is really good. Laughter is good. We got Legus. It literally looks like an L, but in reverse, or 7 in reverse. That's interesting. And then we've got sacral chakra and third eye chakra. I do think your third eye chakra is very activated at this time, from what I'm picking up right now. I want some tea. We've got Manus. Okay. Like I said, they have multiple meanings. You can pause this and you can look it up for yourself. And that would be solar plexus and heart chakra. Heart chakra activated. And then we have Pertho in brackets, because it's usually unknown, but it could be luck, pawn, magic. This letter P, this one here. It reminds me of giving birth, almost. You got that in there. Yeah. Destiny. 2 versions. You could have 2 different, when you come into the fork in the road. And that's almost what this looks like too. Algae is unknown. Sometimes it's for surrender. This one here is reminding me like a fork in the road. So you could have 2 versions of your destiny if you have to make a decision. Or that could be this child coming into play as well. Heart chakra, root chakra, and crown chakra. Remember to love you. Blue, use your throat chakra for good. I think you're doing good. I don't see any issue here. What do I want to clarify? What's this? What's the persecution inquisition thing? 36 minutes. If it cuts off, remember to love you, please do. One more card. What's this persecution one? Come on. King of Cups, to do with love. Okay? Could be unrequited love. Or this could be your energy here. All right? Remember to love you, please do.